What is going on, Capricorn? Welcome back to the channel, Elevated Spirits. It's Jazi, your favorite Cali reader. So this is going to be your full moon / end of the year reading. Okay, I have 3 rows of cards here. Essentially, first row is representing what is this full moon trying to help you release or get rid of, or kind of basically leave behind in 2023 to move forward into the new year. So this is like, what is this opening up for you by doing this? What is opening up for you in response to that? And then the middle row is representing, well, the cards in the middle is representing advice from the Most High. Okay, so a lot of messages going on, a lot more kind of came out than I was intending. So, but because it came out, I'm not going to rob you of your messages. Okay, so I left it. So I'm going to get started because it's I feel like it's a lot to kind of unpack here. Looking at the bottoms of the decks, though, of the decks that I have used, this is going to be a period of time for you to really be honest with yourself. Okay, I feel like some of you may be dealing with Cancer. You may have Cancer in your chart because we have the chariot here at the bottom, 7-8, 7-7-8. So you might be seeing 7-7-7. Sevens may be of significance to you for any reason or another. So I feel like this is really going to be a time period for you to really, for those of you that have really maybe been more so focused on love, or you know, kind of like just being somehow derailed from your path, this is going to be a period of time for you to get back on track. I feel like there's new doors of opportunity that are going to be opening up for you. That's really going to either put you on your path, like kind of redirect you back to your path for those that have kind of like found yourself falling off, or you know, like getting distracted, or just really life has been really hitting you kind of hard. This is going to be a period to really to really focus, right? To basically I feel like for some of you, it's helping you really push through the challenges. Okay, I feel like some of you have definitely been going through some challenges, some setbacks, but also some successes as well, right? But maybe not as many as you expect or that you want, right? So I feel like this is really going to be a period for you to really be honest with yourself about, maybe for those of you that have maybe more so been focusing on your path and being really guarded. For some of you, this is really being honest with yourself about wanting to experience what love is really like true love. Okay, that's not going to be for everyone. Don't try to force a message to fit if it's not yours. But however, you know, at least if you can't be honest with anybody else, this is a period for you to be honest with yourself. Okay, so let's get into this. So what is this full moon trying to help you guys leave behind? So we have man holding a coin, deceit, and loyal heart. So can we just say that, does this not look like, forget the word at the bottom, okay, but this does not, like, it's giving me your vibe, Capricorn, okay, like being the devil in the tarot, right? Just that person who, you know, who indulges in the shadow, right? That's not going to be for all of you, and I'm not trying to throw shade at all, but I'm just, you know, saying what I'm getting here. So I feel like some of you, there's been a lot of, some of you have been, I'm gonna just be real with you, because this is about what you're being asked to leave behind. So whether this is your own energy, which it definitely feels like with this card here, deceit, just the man, the way he looks, okay, the vibration that's being displayed here, this can go one of 2 ways, okay? And this could actually go either way, or a little both. Only because I say both, because essentially the energy that we put out is essentially mirrored back. So for some of you, you may be dealing with someone like this, and it's kind of reflecting back to you the energy that you're emitting. So like I said, don't take it personal, because it's really not. This is general. I know nothing about your life. I don't know you at all. Okay, I'm just giving you what I'm getting, and I'm not going to cupcake it, sugarcoat it, fluff it up to make it all pretty and nice and shit. Okay, so I feel like for some of you, this could definitely be some of you that are tied to someone or dealing with someone that is essentially that you can't trust. For some of you, this person, because this 25 reduces to another 7. Holy shit, hold on. We got a lot of fucking 7s here, Capricorn, okay? Let me show you. Let me just show you real fast. Card 43 is a 7. 25 is a 7, okay? 34 is another 7, right? So this 43 with the 34, that's giving me a mirroring energy, okay? So, and I hadn't even looked at that because we're not talking about the advice yet, right? So let me just show you. 1, 2, 3, okay? 7 of Wands, that's the fourth 7, and the 7 of the Chariot, which is another 7, okay? That's a lot of 7s. Holy shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 7s. So I feel like for some of you, 5s represent change. It represents conflict. Some of you, And sevens represent the spiritual path. So I'm not going to ignore the connection there that I'm getting here. So for some of you, it's like things are changing in such a way in order to put you back on your spiritual path. For those of you that have been avoiding it, that have been maybe deceiving yourself in regards to money, or maybe doing things for money, okay, to appear a certain way. Some of you have kind of like essentially sold yourself out to the loyalty of money, being so loyal to the material realm, when this reality is really based on way more than that, okay? For some of you, this could definitely be someone you're dealing with, okay, that you've essentially, made yourself loyal to, right? I feel like this person may be only with you for what they can gain, okay? This could either be your energy or someone you're dealing with. Take it as it resonates. It could be, like I said, a little of both, where some of you may be with someone, dealing with someone based on what they can give you, right? Finding yourself being loyal to someone based on what they promise you, or how they provide for you, or the money that they give you, what you can get from them. And essentially they're doing the same thing to you. You see what I'm saying? So like I said, it can go a few different ways, but you'll know where this applies to you. So if this is you, and this is your energy of, kind of like doing things, deceiving yourself, lying to people for money, doing things out of lack of integrity, with a lack of integrity for money, being loyal to things, only to certain things for what it can give you, or what material gain you can take from it. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's something that this full moon is having you leave behind with that. For some of you, this is the actual connection, okay? Someone that you're dealing with that you cannot trust, that is deceiving you, or maybe telling you that I'm only with you and da-da-da and all this, and it's just for the money that you give them, or what you do for them financially or materially, okay? I feel like some of you are being really asked at this time, Capricorn, to really rethink your loyalty, maybe to money, to the way you present yourself, especially if you're for those that are living outside of their means, right? This is, a time to this is kind of I feel like having you shed a light on where we may be kind of living outside of our means, doing more than, kind of trying to keep up with the Joneses, okay? Or dealing with people who are doing that. You see what I'm saying? How you are a product of your environment. You are essentially a product of the people you hang around. So if you're hanging around people who are doing that, it doesn't make you look any better if you're associated with them. You see what I'm saying? So just, being mindful of maybe, like I said, living outside of your means, especially when it comes to this advice here. We didn't even got that far yet, but they came out upright. The other ones that did come up, flip ups, normally upright, I would leave, but I turned them all back down because I don't want to confuse the messages while I'm channeling. I don't want to convolute what I'm getting. I just want to be able to focus and concentrate, but I did leave these upright, and that's not a mistake. They fell out that way, and I left them that way, but now it's kind of making more sense that this is, coming up as your advice. So I do feel like for some of you, Capricorn, this is your own energy, where it's being mirrored back to you, where other people, for example, if you're meeting people who seem to only want to come around you because of what you can give them, or what you can do for them, or the things that you have that are nice in your house and shit like that, this may be an opportunity to ask yourself, well, where am I deceiving myself? Where am I only having these nice things to make it look like I have this lavish lifestyle? Where am I, going out of my way to be, to live a certain way, to look like I live a certain life, just for, the wow factor that people get when they see, how I live, right? So it's kind of like, is that really how you live? Or is that just, deceiving yourself? Are we really keeping up with our bills? Are we being responsible as well to live this lifestyle? Or is it just a facade that we're presenting in order to have our ego stroked? You see what I'm saying? Because like I said, the Capricorn, arcana, major arcana in the tarot, is the devil, which represents the shadow. It represents all things worldly, material, and lower chakra, lower vibrational, energy. So this is, part of that is to master that side of yourself, to integrate your shadow, right? Your shadow is there to protect you. It does, we give it what it needs, but in moderation, okay? So I really feel like this is kind of like a period of where some of you are really being asked to take a look at what you've been loyal to. Are we being loyal to the right things? I feel like some of you are really being guided to kind of redirect it, so to speak, to really get back on your spiritual path. For some of you, you've kind of let your shadow kind of jump in the driver's seat, and it hasn't moved, right? So now I feel like it's kind of like this full moon is helping you guys before the new year starts, while we're stepping into your season, right? To really get back on what matters, really step back into that, which for some of you, like I said, is the path of ascension, and, really allowing yourself to assess and take a look at, how things are working. Is what I'm doing in my life, is it working? Is it making me happy? Does it feel in alignment with my purpose? Do I feel like I'm on my purpose right now? And if you don't, this is kind of like that indication of needing to get back on track, right? To really identify, you know, allow yourself to be honest with yourself. What am I being loyal to? Are my loyalties benefiting me, or are they hurting me? Am I going to pay for these loyalties, you know, putting my loyalties here into this person, into this material stuff? Is this going to pay off for me later? Am I really, you know, do I really feel satisfied? You know, is this really in alignment? You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people are awakening more and more to, you know, the fakeness of a lot of this life, right? This whole simulation that we're in, basically like a big ass video game. Like a lot of the things we thought were real, right, is really not. It's just the value we put on it. You see what I'm saying? And so a lot of, you know, this part of what this time is like helping people awaken to, you know, the type of value we put on certain things. It really doesn't hold that much value. It's not going to give you like a lot of people, for example, put a lot of value on money, right? And money, while it can afford you, you know, a nice lifestyle and certain material things, right, it does it to a point can make life a little bit easier, right? Essentially though, at the end of the day, can you eat money? No. You know, see what I'm saying? Like, can money really sustain you if that was all you had? Can you eat it? No. Can it, you know, provide you water? No, it's not water. You see what I'm saying? So it's the value that we put on it. Now, can it buy you these things? If that's an exchange for that, yeah. If that's a possibility, if that's what someone is willing to take in exchange for giving it to you, yes. But essentially, you know, we're coming into a time where a lot of that is not going to matter at some point. You know, it's not going to hold as nearly as much value as it once did, as it once has. Okay, so some of you are really being asked during this full moon to reevaluate maybe your connection to money. How closely do you hold money? How much, you know, are you deceiving people, lying to people, doing things out of, you know, with a lack of integrity in order to, you know, gain material wealth or, you know, prosperity in that way, right? So anyway, let's clarify this energy. So we have Page of Pentacles, okay, clarified by the Page of Coins. So for some of you, this is, you know, really holding on to kind of like in this martyrdom energy. Some of you have recently gotten maybe a new job, a new stream of income, and some of you are really like kind of like, you know, holding on to it, clinging to it so tightly, where it's like if anything that you hold on too tightly to, it will kill it, it will die. That energy, it needs to be able to move and flow. And if you're not letting it do that, because money is energy, money is still has its own spirit. It's a spirit of, it's a frequency. Like money is its own energy. So that means that, you know, anything that if you're not letting money circulate, you know, naturally and flow, it's not going to keep coming to you. You try to hold on to it out of greed, out of, you know, lack, right? It's only going to stagnate things. So some of you are really being asked to, you know, release your stronghold on money, on, you know, what you value, what you hold near and dear as valuable, right? Really reevaluate that. For some of you, it's asking you to really take a look at what you're putting too much value on. And is it, ask yourself, be honest with yourself, is it really that valuable? Does it really hold that much value as we put on it, right? So we have the Empress, okay? For some of you, this is a kid's mother, someone you have kids with, okay? The Ace of Coins in reverse, all right? So for some of you, this is maybe, you know, this could maybe have to do with someone that you're like not giving money to, not sharing finances with, okay? Or this could also, for some of you, represent, you know, the idea of maybe giving someone a gift, okay? Some of you have been maybe dabbling with the idea of giving someone another opportunity, another chance, taking a, you know, like kind of like proposing for some of you to someone that maybe is pregnant or something like that. I feel like some of you are being asked to reevaluate that. That's not going to be for all of you. But there's an energy here of something that maybe you once thought had the potential. This is kind of like releasing that idea of growing something. I feel like some of you, it's like there's things that you're holding on to that still need to maybe be released. And for some of you, that's what it, you know, that's what it has to do with. The idea of something that you thought maybe once could grow, you know, isn't for you. I feel like some of you are maybe trying to hold on to something, right? With the Four of Coins, some of you are holding on to the idea of being able to have a new start, being able to lay a new foundation, have a new beginning. But some of you, it's like it's not for you to do that. Some of you, it's like it's meant for you to you know, you learned all you could, you did the best you could with the situation, and now some of you are really being guided to get back on track with your purpose, with your spiritual journey, okay? All them sevens that came out, you know what I'm saying? On top of the Deceit card here, that's like Seven of Swords energy, right? So some of you, this is kind of like, you know, something isn't for you. You know something isn't going to work. And some of you are placing your loyalty in the wrong place, where it should be on your spiritual path. Some of you are placing it on material wealth and finances and you know, material abundance. And it's like we need to moderate that. It's not to say that money doesn't matter and fuck money and money just, you know, we don't need it. No, it's to say balance, restore moderation in everything. Okay, so 5 of Swords and the Temperance. Okay, so I feel like for some of you, this is like any type of conflicts that maybe you've been having with the mother figure, whether it's your own mother, you know, or someone that, like I said, you have kids with, someone you have a family with, something like that. This is like, you know, not having a new opportunity here. For some of you, this has to do with manipulation, mind games, whether this is mind games that you're playing with yourself when it comes to a certain person, or the mind games that someone is playing with you that you maybe know, it's like you can identify, but you haven't really responded to yet. Okay, for some of you, it's just showing you where there's, you know, balance that needs to be restored, where there's healing that needs to be done in a situation. Okay, because that's only a time when we attract certain people, certain experiences, is reflecting back to us the work that we still need to do within ourselves. That's why it's there. It's bringing in awareness. It's not doing it because, you know, because you're not worthy of love, or you're not worthy of happiness and joy and all the things you want to experience. No, it's just showing you where you're still needing to clear out energy to make room for those things. You see what I'm saying? So it's really doing you a favor by bringing it to your awareness, and it's just up to you what you do with that once you have it. Okay, so let's keep going. So upon releasing, okay, this energy, we have Taurus energy here, Sagittarius energy. You could be dealing with those signs. They could be in anyone's chart, yours or theirs, or whoever you're dealing with here. Yeah, so let's move forward. So essentially, this is what the full moon's trying to have you leave behind, okay, in order to step into. So this is what it's trying to help you step into, okay, walking into the new year. So we have action and first chakra, Archangel Michael. So 88 here, okay, so 888, okay, it's interesting. So 888, eights may be of significance, that may be a number you're seeing, but this is abundance. Okay, this is your first chakra. This is stability. This represents your root chakra. Okay, so 35 and 17. Some of you may be born on not the 35th, but you may be 35. You may have a life path 35 or 17. You could be born on the 17th. That either one of these could be life path numbers. So so what I feel like this is having you, you know, kind of like helping you step into, is coming into alignment. Okay, with the white and the black horse here. Okay, that's your light and your shadow, meaning being in alignment with each other. It's similar, very similar to the traditional chariot card. Okay, so it's interesting how both these cards from 2 totally different decks are giving me similar energies here. So for some of you, this is like really harnessing your own light and dark, like bringing, again, what I was talking about with the balance here is bringing moderation to, you know, your own foundation. Okay, rebalancing your own finances. For some of you, the first chakra, this represents the root. Your root chakra represents your sense of safety, security, foundation, stability. Okay, that's your money chakra, right? That's where, you know, how you build, you know, how that foundation, that's what you're able to place things on top of, right? It's like before you could build a house, it has to have a foundation. It has to be balanced, right? That's why the foundation represents a 4, right? That's Archangel Michael's number, 444, is because you need 4 corners, right? A square, right, essentially assures balance because it's 2 and 2. You see what I'm saying? 2 on this side, 2 on this side. No matter which way you cut it, no matter which way you look at it, it's balanced, right? So I feel like for some of you, this is helping you restore balance, especially for those of you that have been struggling financially. This is, you know, to say, instead of getting someone like a brand new gift, or, you know, investing in like a ring or something that you can't really afford right now, or that you just don't need to, you know, give to, this is about, you know, putting your money in another place, investing it better, doing it differently. Okay, taking action in whatever ways you're guided to, you know, to restore balance in your finances. For some of you, this also just has to do with spirituality, with energetics, right? Meaning that once you work on the energy centers, and this one specifically the root chakra, okay, the first chakra, that's where we start. That's why it's the first one, because that's the foundation, right? Before you can build up, you know, building a house, you need to start where you start, the base, right? So that is what that chakra is also called, the base chakra. The base, the root, that's the start, that's the foundation. Okay, so for some of you, this is about taking action on restoring balance in your base chakra, in your root chakra. Meaning, if you're needing to do chakra energy work, okay, feel free to reach out to me. I do that, right? I'm a certified Reiki master. I do chakra clearing energy clearing sessions with tuning forks, things like that. This could be also just listening to meditations, eating red foods, drinking red things, wearing red clothes, you know, setting intentions to open up your root chakra, to, you know, restore your stability, and also doing I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure out what that banging is. It almost sounds like fireworks, but then it doesn't. I don't know. Anyway, but this is about so like I was saying, you know, eating red things, listening to the meditations, things like that, taking action on unblocking your root chakra. For some of you, it's really that simple. Starting there, let that be your starting point, because as within, so without. So when you work on it in an energetic from an energetic standpoint, it has no choice but to be reflected outwardly in your physical. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like some of you, this is really giving you an opportunity, kind of like showing you where you're being blocked, or where you're creating blocks for yourself, deceiving yourself and acting like it's not a problem, acting like I don't got to work on nothing, my root chakra is fine. When some of you, it's really, you know, there's some things from childhood that are coming up at this time that maybe some of you have been, you know, kind of pushing off, right? That's still affecting your money, right? Because that's, you know, that portal that you come through the womb when you're born, right? You're bringing all of your mama's problems that she didn't deal with, you're bringing that in. But guess what? You chose her. You chose her. You signed up to take on that stuff for you to transmute it and turn it into prosperity, into abundance, right? A lot of people don't even know that. They essentially chose their parents. So while a lot of people are upset with their parents, even myself at one point, until I had to see, like, I chose them. My son chose me, right? Because certain people in your life, even every other experience you've had with any other person in your life, you chose on an energetic level before you incarnated into this lifetime. We chose them in specific. Why? Because we knew that only that person could teach me this lesson. The way they're going to teach me, the way they're going to help me and show me, I needed it from them. Nobody else could give me that experience but that person. You see what I'm saying? That's why when certain people, the experience might be similar, but it still varies. It still has its own unique, you know, experiences and aspects to it, right? That's why. Because certain people can only give you a certain experience you can only have with them. So it's like, at some point, we have to transmute this energy. At some point, you have to come to terms with, you know what? I'm gonna be accountable. I chose that person. I chose that parent to give me these lessons because I knew that only they could teach me it. You see what I'm saying? And there's power in that. There's power in being accountable, knowing and coming to accept, like, I am the creator of my reality. I co-create with the Most High, right? As an extension of the Most High, it's up to me whether or not, being a branch from that same tree, do I want to bear fruit or not? Do I want to take in the water when it rains in order to bear fruit? Do I want to be open when the sun shines in order to bear fruit, right? It's a choice. Not every branch, you know, from a fruit tree, right? Not every branch bears fruit. And that's part of why. It's up to the branch to decide, do I want to take in the water when it's given? Do I want to take in the sun when it's given? Do I want to allow, you know, what's naturally supposed to come, right? Which is naturally being abundant beyond measure, being able to provide for yourself, right? Do I want to naturally allow that process and that experience to happen? Or do I want to block it, right? You always have a choice. So when you allow yourself to see it from that standpoint, that's how you take your power back. That's how you get back into your power, right? So I really feel like this is, you know, essentially helping you, you know, maybe remove people that you don't need to give to, okay? For some of you, it's helping you see how maybe mother wounds are blocking your abundance. For some of you, this is representing your own mother. That some of you, there's some pain or some blockages that some of you are still holding on to as it relates to your childhood, right? Because that's what the root chakra also represents, is childhood trauma. The things that happen as a child, the root, the foundation, where it started. That's the start. That's why it's the first. Do you see how all that correlates? You see how all that connects, right? So when you take accountability in that way and you decide, I understand now, the wounds or the pain, the trauma that I'm holding on to, okay? That I'm holding on to with the 4 coins, that I haven't released, that I haven't forgiven, right? Not for their sake, but for mine, to free my energy, is blocking your new starts, is blocking your new beginnings. For some of you, it's blocking new opportunities from coming into your life. And some of you have a lot of conflicts in regards to your mother. For some of you, it's repeated through the women that you've dated. It doesn't matter if you're a man or woman, but for some of you, it's like causing blockages. Those conflicts that maybe some of you haven't yet healed and transmuted, there's still healing that needs to be done. And when you do that, when you allow that, right, that's when balance is restored. That's when you actually heal that and transmute that energy. And then these, you know, energies that are in reverse can then be upright. Okay. So So it's helping you. And another fucking 7. That's wild. That's wild. Yeah, some of you are really this, and this is a go to the sea. This is a feminine energy. All that blue, and she's literally in a boat by herself, okay? For some of you, you would really benefit by being around water, but others of you, this is really allowing yourself to go with the flow of life. For some of you, it's like things have been so stagnated because of maybe issues surrounding your mother or wounds that you haven't healed and haven't let go of, okay? It's going to help you go with the flow of life for some of you, and that's what currency is, okay? The current, what you currently see is your currency, right? So where are you at currently? What are you looking at? What are you focusing on? Where are you putting your energy, right? That's what's, for some of you, blocking your finances, right? That's what currency is. The current, like the water, as it goes out and comes in, that's the same thing that money does, right? You have to, it has to circulate. It has to go out so you can come, so it can come back. I'm just saying, it's all this shit is connected in such a beautiful way. And when you allow yourself to see that like that, you don't have to take this shit personal because you get it. You fucking get it. You understand it. And then you know what to do with it. Okay. So this is really just helping you essentially unblock your root chakra so you can take action, so you can go with the flow, so you can allow, I feel like for some of you, finances to flow to you. But there, it's like some of y'all are really needing to get back to your spiritual path. You're needing to get reacclimated and reconnected to your spiritual journey. It's like you could avoid it as much as you want to, but it's gonna bite your ass harder and harder every time. I'm just letting you know. I'm letting you know. I've been there and I've done that, okay? But all these 7s, like, I can't make it up. Y'all watch me do the shuffling. That's why I do it on camera, so you know, like, I don't have no reason to give you fucked up messages and bullshit messages. I don't got time for that. And plus, me and Karma, we good. Me and her, we good. You know what I'm saying? Like, Karma is never a bitch because she always makes sure that when someone does you wrong, she shows up on your behalf and fucks them up, right? So is she a bitch, right? No, absolutely not. So like I said, 7. There's 6 7s here now. Okay. Some of you, again, this is like high, just kind of like reiterating what you already, I feel like some of you, what you already know, but you've been avoiding. You don't want to look at it because it's conflicts that you know you need to face in order to truly heal and restore balance. But it's like, how long are you going to keep running from it? You see what I'm saying? So let's keep going. So we have the Page of Wands. Page of Wands is clarified by the 7. I'm done. I'm so done. I'm done. I'm done, Capricorn. I'm done. 7 of Coins is clarified by, the Page of Wands is clarified by the 7 of Coins and the Star. Okay. So I feel like this is like, it's like bringing you, aligning you to getting excited about life again. Okay. Getting excited about what you're growing. Okay. Getting excited about the investments that you're making, the time, energy, and effort that you put into stuff, actually bringing wish fulfillment. Okay, for some of you, and that's what's on your path. That's what the star represents. Not just wishes being fulfilled, which for some of you it definitely is, but for some of you, this is being back in alignment, feeling back on your spiritual path, back in on your spiritual journey, feeling like I'm back on purpose. I feel like I'm doing the right thing. And knowing that when you're in alignment spiritually, money ain't got no choice but to follow you. It's a frequency, it's an energy. Money is not gonna go to people like that, okay, that's holding on to everything and clingy and being all in that martyrdom energy of greed and you know what I'm saying, like money can't flow like that. Some of you, it's about getting back in the flow, okay? And look, 17 is showing up here twice, okay? Like I said, 17 for some of you is very, very significant. So take it as it resonates. See, let's keep going. The Magician, like I was saying, getting back into your power, realizing how powerful you really are. The Sun, you see what I'm saying? It's like manifesting happiness, joy, manifesting new opportunities, okay? Like things that were hidden aren't hidden from you anymore. Like for some of you, it's like spiritual gifts that maybe you felt like have been stripped from you or you lost access to. This is stepping back into your power and restoring that, okay? New gifts coming online, right? Gifts that you didn't even know you had are being illuminated to you. New ideas. This could be new creativity, right? Just being illuminated. Just, you know, coming up. No problem, right? King of Wands. King of Wands clarified by the Fool, 3 of Cups, and the Hierophant, okay? So for some of you, this is taking a risk in love, okay? I know not everybody wants to hear that, and that's cool. Then that part ain't for you. But that's sometimes how it happens though. when people least expect it, when they really don't want it, when they don't care for it, or at least just kind of like neutral about it, well, like, hey, if it happens, it happened. If it don't, I'm cool too. That's when it comes in. For some of you, it's like you have no idea that either this is someone coming to you, or this is you going towards something else that maybe you didn't know that you didn't like. Some of you will be coming into union. Some of you will be maybe reconciling with someone, taking a risk and reconciling with someone they were going to actually marry, right? But for some of you, this is someone that's coming towards you, okay? Someone that you're going to celebrate with. You may know this person already, maybe already be friends, or for some of you, this is someone you're going to meet maybe through a gathering, through like either whether it's a friendship circle or like someone like just putting you on a blind date, setting you up on a date or whatever. They're going to end up marrying this person, okay? For some of you, this is just, you know, really celebrating, like, you know, you're being back in alignment. Okay, even if for those of you that were, you know, love and all that shit don't matter, and it's not in resonance at all, right? I feel like for some of you, this could just be simply very personal, right? Where you're celebrating finally being back on track, finally trusting the universe again, trusting yourself again, right? Because you learned the lessons, you learned what all of these experiences, you finally learned what it was trying to teach you. You learned how it was trying to put you back on your path, okay? For some of you, it's like, you know, feeling invigorated again, feeling passionate again, taking action on your dreams, your goals. And that's the action, that's 17, King of Wands. You see what I'm saying? It's like stepping into action, you know, having like kind of like feeling that re-spark of energy, like feeling good about life again. For some of you have been lacking that. You haven't had that in a while. And for some of you, that's kind of what this is, this, you know, clearing. See, a lot of people don't realize that how much the chakra system actually plays a part in their physical 3D reality. And I feel like some of you may not realize that. You may not realize how much your first chakra, your root chakra, that foundation, meaning forgiveness of all the shit that happened as a kid, all the shit that happened with your mom and women in your life, whether it's a mother figure, sister, aunt, baby mama, doesn't fucking matter. Like, this is, you know, allowing yourself to finally come to terms and accept that these things did happen. And did it make it okay? Absolutely fucking not. But it happened. What did it teach me? How did it change me? How did it grow me? You know what I'm saying? We don't need to be bitter about that shit anymore. We don't need to hold on to the pain, but take the lesson. Leave the pain, take the lesson, right? Because I really feel like this is like helping you really step into all the things that you deserve to experience. But only you can let that happen. And the longer you hold on to things that don't serve you, right? It's only going to keep it away. It's going to only stagnate it. And then you get down on yourself thinking it's you. Well, I must not deserve this. The universe must hate me. The universe must be mad at me. No, not at all. Not at all. There's just certain, it's like the universal laws. Certain shit has to go a certain way. And if we don't abide by that, you're going to feel it. It's just the facts of life. You're going to feel it. There's universal laws. That's what they're there for, right? So it's like, you know, what do you do with that? I really do feel like some of you do also have some new contracts coming in, because this Hierophant also represents contracts. For some of you, this could definitely represent taking a risk, you know, restoring your passion and taking a risk to reconnect with someone and y'all actually get married. Or even if it's not marriage, it could just be simply a higher level of actually committing to someone. Some of y'all have commitment issues based on what you've seen as a child, the experiences some of y'all have had with your mom, or, you know, a mother figure around you in your life, whatever, right? Whoever raised you, or whoever you know, have watched and observed throughout your lifetime, right? Because some of y'all, you know, this is talking about like watching your sister, how she treated her husband, or how she, you know, the relationship she had with her mom, or if you have the same mom, whatever. I mean, it can, there's so many variables, so many different ways that can go. So, you know, I feel like it's allowing yourself to really, you know, release the conflict, you know, that some of you have been, that's plaguing your mind, and allow yourself to transmute that energy. Okay, some of you are really being asked to do that, to instead of getting out of your head, transmute that energy, put it into something else, because energy doesn't die, it just changes form. Okay, that's why when you burn things, right, it changes form. It goes from that physical thing to ash, right? Same thing as an ice cube. When it melts, right, it changes form into liquid. That's all this is about. It's alchemy, transmuting the energy and having it change form from one thing to another. So transmuting your pain into success, right? Transmuting your blockages into opportunities. So it's about, that's what this is, divine alchemy. And once you continue, like I said, to step back into your power, right? Take back your power and realize how powerful you are. That's when you manifest everything you want. I'm just saying. But it starts with the root. It starts getting to the root of the problem. That's another reason why, for me, why I stopped taking these over-the-counter medications. Why? Because what is every over-the-counter medication, what does it tell you to, what does it tell you its purposes? What is it's useful for, right? Temporarily relieves the symptoms of. It don't cure nothing, it don't fix nothing, it don't rid you of nothing. It just puts a fucking band-aid over it. But that thing gonna eventually come back up. You see what I'm saying? So it's, you know, it's like trying to put a band-aid over a gunshot wound. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. So 8 of Cups to the 3 of Coins. So this is going towards walking away from anything that doesn't serve you, anything that has not served you, and going towards things that you can actually build on, things that actually has potential, whether this is collaborations, whether this is working with other people, whether this is building your finances. It's helping you walk away from what doesn't serve to go towards what does. Okay, that is a beautiful place to be. Exactly, beautiful place to be. So let's get into your advice real fast. So we have 41 and 34. So sovereignty and extremes. Okay, so I really feel like the Most High and your spirit guides are really telling you to reclaim your sovereignty. Okay, reclaim your sovereignty. Really step back into your power and free yourself from all the things that are no longer serving you, all the things that maybe we've, like I said, have been loyal to that doesn't deserve our loyalty. Or just, even if it does, you know, things that necessarily maybe not doesn't deserve it, but just we're giving too much of it to. We placed such a, you know, placed it on such a pedestal. We've gave it such a high value of importance that it doesn't, it has no choice but to crumble, right? So this is, you know, reclaiming that, stepping back into your power, and only, you know, taking with you the things that really truly elevate you and help you evolve, that are really in alignment for your highest and greatest good, and releasing, right, the things that are, you know, that we're doing too much of, the extremes here. This is, you know, acknowledging and being, you know, coming to the awareness of, where do I do too much? Where do I pop off when it's really not that necessary, right? And I'm gonna get you, I'm gonna just for you guys, I haven't done this with the other signs yet, but I'm gonna just get you just a little bit from that, about that from the book. So, because I really feel like this is important, especially with these 2 cards here, all that red and all that. Learn how to handle crises with calm and resilience. Seeking balance, okay, is superior to seeking extremes, meaning there's more power in balance and moderation than there is in extremes, okay? There are better ways to handle conflict than rage and outrage. There may be someone who seeks to disrupt your business or life in some type of way. This too shall pass, okay? And the affirmation is, I handle extremes with grace, yet I seek balance in all things. And I knew that's why I was guided to read this, because this is exactly what this is talking about here, okay? Helping you release the conflict, get out of your head, and restore balance in your life. See what needs to be healed, and how, and watch as you heal things, as you allow yourself to transmute that fucking energy and leave things behind that no longer serve you. Watch how your life starts to slowly but surely, right in divine alignment, comes right back into balance as it should be. And that is a beautiful place to be, right? So Capricorns, that's what I have for you. We have Sagittarius energy here, double Taurus energy, Leo, Aquarius, Virgo, Gemini. Any of those signs may be of significance. Cancer, they may be in your chart or someone else's, all right? But I really, truly, genuinely hope this reading gave you some clarity, some insight. I know y'all are the fucking goats, so you're strong as fuck. You can handle, you know what I'm saying, what's being given to you. But this is only for your evolution. I don't need to throw shade. It doesn't benefit me in any way in doing so. So, you know, take the messages as they resonate, leave the ones for someone else. If it's triggering, that just means that there's something to look at with that. That's all that is. Again, it's about it's just bringing awareness. And once you have the awareness, it's like, all right, cool. I don't like how that felt. I don't like what that's showing me. I'm about to change and shit and do something else with it. That's really what this is about. Okay, so I love y'all so much. If you did enjoy this reading, I really appreciate you. Give a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you have not. And until next time, you guys.